You're watching Brainstorm Acres. Today we take a tour of our lower garden. Boy, Irene, we're having another windy day.
Yeah, we had wanted to walk you guys around the garden and show you all the bits and pieces, but it's just howling out there.
This morning I got up early and made some furrows for us to plant some dent corn in.
Right. Yep, this is corn. You can eat it, but it's also designed to be used for cornmeal and grits and all that kind of stuff. So something we haven't done before. We decided to experiment with it. I've certainly eaten it before, but we decided we'd grow a plot of it, and just one pack, but something fun, something different.
Yeah, what we did here is because this bed is reasonably well amended, but not perfect, we made the furrows, Irene put the seeds down, and then I put some potting soil over the top of it.
Henry put down some potting soil, probably about a half an inch on top of the seeds, and then I put another inch of compost on top of that, and then we watered it down flat because it was all fluffy.
And we planted some sweet corn about a week ago, and
June 1st.
June 1st. Well, it is just a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this might look a little strange, but it's some wind protection for those tomatoes. We planted the tomatoes out a little before then, and the wind's been blowing really strong. As you can see, the tree is moving pretty well. This is not the highest wind that we've had.
No, so a lot of times we'll put up some sort of a temporary shelter just to break up the wind a little bit when plants first go out. They still get beat up a little bit, but it dramatically reduces the amount of wind damage that they have. And it looks a little silly sometimes, but that's okay. It's usually jury-rigged from an assortment of stuff.
Even though we have the irrigation in place, because the soil has not been watered a whole lot, it tends to dry out. So Irene's busy watering the plants so they don't die.
Every time you plant different things in there, you have to adjust the irrigation. You have to change the number of drip emitters or whatever so that the bed is receiving a different quantity of water. A lot of our things haven't been filmed lately because we've actually been working when it was too low light. We finished transplanting some of the tomatoes just about 8:30 last night.
Our lavender plant has come back in full force.
Mm-hmm.
It looks really gorgeous. Now, most years we have a lot of bees on it, and we haven't seen but one this year, I think.
We have a few more bees this year than we did last year, but it's still more than thin. I will definitely be watching things as they go along. The wind will generally pollinate the tomatoes and peppers.
The sage plant was damaged this winter.
Right, the other side of it from this is actually flat. We had a big dust devil come through and literally ripped off a big branch on the other side.
Hoses. Our life by hoses.
Right. Well, I'm working hard to get that situated. As soon as I finish the irrigation on all these beds, we won't need the hoses nearly as much.
These tomatoes were just planted this morning.
Yeah.
We went ahead and did it, even though we're going to have high wind, because we know we've got to get it out.
Well, and we've had high wind and other excuses for the last week, and we just had to go ahead and do it anyway. This morning when I went to go water, this is some of our sweet corn, and as you can see, it is coming up, which was a pleasant surprise. I really wasn't sure if we'd gotten it quite enough water, but obviously we did.
We showed you the bed sheet windbreak. This is another way that we've done it before. We use some concrete blocks and a piece of plywood to block wind.
It has broad beans, a couple of okra plants, Swiss chard. This is red callaloo. Now, red callaloo seeds, we were gifted those last year by Rob of S.A. on Gardener, and to be honest, we didn't have any place to put them. But I kept them safe, and they have sprouted beautifully. So we're looking forward to this because that is a plant that's widely grown in the Caribbean for the greens. It is extremely heat tolerant. We have several different kinds of squash and cucumbers. This is one of our rotted straw bale beds.
You're the only one that's actually completed. I have more work to do on the other one.
Right. But that's my old pea trellis. I figured that'd work great for the...
I'm sure you've seen Irene working on these armored beds all spring long. They're working out really well. The rhubarb is really happy.
Right. We actually harvested some of the one rhubarb plant.
Smile, Irene.
Yeah, really. I'm busy trying to keep these little seedlings alive. Just a little bit longer, I'll plant them out somewhere. We have leeks. We have the left-hand side is the rhubarb plant. That large weed-like thing in the front is actually a bachelor button. We have a bunch of spinach, pak choi, and onions on the right-hand side. I'm letting those lamb's quarters up front grow because we want to experiment with eating a batch of greens from them this week. More rhubarb, and this is basically brassicas except for the sunflowers. Some of these have been chewed on pretty badly, but I sprayed them the other day. The flea beetles magically appeared out of the sky.
If you plant it, they will come.
Yeah, and that's a little spinach patch there.
And there is Jack's hiding spot.
Right, that's one of his favorite places during the day. If I'm working on this side of the garden, he likes to lay there and watch me. And next to it, my little flower garden.
More watering.
Yeah, I spend well over an hour every day watering right now, which is why I'm working on trying to get the irrigation set.
Asparagus. A lot of people ask us about this fern-like growth. They think that's when they should go harvest their asparagus, but that's way too late.
Yeah, really.
Now, these small asparagus are actually from seed that came off our normal asparagus plants.
Right. We're still getting plenty of regular asparagus. We don't harvest the little bitty guys for several years to give them time to build up the crowns.
Boy, this is a sad tale right here. We'll do another
these are
video.
shelling peas, and we've stopped watering them basically at this point. But we'll do a video specifically on the Great Pea Extravaganza of 2020. We learned a lot, and we got hit with some weather that was just totally unforecastable. So
we got hit with a lot of days over 100 degrees, and peas don't like that.
Nope, that is not their thing.
And just in case you're wondering, the blades of that windmill turn, and you can't tell that they're actually turning. They're a blur. Well, thanks very much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell for notifications.
And until next time, bye.
Bye.